Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Bye. Love you. Back in New York City. I'm not gonna lie, a fair portion of this vlog is taking place in the city, but I can't help but feel like I'm misleading you because I'm not usually here that much. Well, I guess I am. I don't know. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. I'm headed to my megabus. We'll see how this goes. Welcome to Boston. Back in Boston. I feel like my vlogs have way too much travel in them. I really don't do it that much, but the only time I'm free enough to edit a vlog and put it all together is when I'm traveling and when I don't have school and breaks and all that sort of stuff. But so sorry that most of this has been me traveling places, but I think it's entertaining. But I'll put more effort into actual day-by-day stuff. Let's go find my dad.
Well, you know what? Because we really didn't do anything with Longwood before either, though, right? So. We would have 45. You know, we have it 36. I have it down to. Oh, you know what? Could be more than that. It's 51, but that's where you come up with that 45. That's if between monthly and.
Thank you.
Are you vlogging right now? Vlogging right now?
I am vlogging right now.
So is that what you do? You just
Yeah. Just hold it up like this.
all night long?
Yeah, walk. Look like an idiot and talk to camera and take time lapses and shoot random things. And that's pretty much the gig. Yeah, some people make like millions of dollars a year doing this. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Dad doesn't want to be on the vlog. Okay. I feel like I'm just getting repetitive. These are copies of, let's see if we can do this the right way. The Scranton Journal from spring 2017. That's me. I'm on the cover of it. This has been weird. Back in first semester that I was at Scranton, after the terrorist attacks on Paris and Beirut happened like in the same week, I reached out to some administrators and some of my professors at Scranton and helped organize a prayer vigil with these little tiny tea light candles. And about, I don't know, maybe a year later, someone contacted me from the Scranton Journal wanting to write a story about it, because a big reason why I did was because of something they called residential learning communities, where everyone kind of revolved around the same idea or spirit or concept of how they wanted to live, and mine was, it doesn't matter. That's why they took pictures of me, because they wanted one more filler for the magazine, so they took that cover one, and then there's that one too. It was pretty cool. I was happy, not because I was going to be on the cover of a magazine, but because I wanted to tell the story about how people came together. They came together in solidarity for people who needed it and people who were being victimized for no correct reason, being the victims of the attack, as well as people of the Muslim community who had obviously been targeted by just because that was their faith. And people on campus really took action against that mindset and came together, and that's why I agreed to tell my story. It's not about, I didn't want to spend that much time on this. I just thought it was funny because since I was on the cover, people have been like giving me copies of them to bring home to my family, because my family's the type of family that want to keep that sort of thing. Hence, remember the pictures. Anyway, so I brought home like 8 copies to distribute to my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, and for us to keep and just give to our friends and family. But someone mailed my family like 4 or 5 copies, so now I just have an outrageous number of these, and I feel really narcissistic, and that was never my intention. So I kind of just put these away because I don't like. Anyway, that was not really the point of me coming down here. I just needed kind of a setup. I'm home again, and I just got back from church. Being home has been a little bit different this time. It's for Easter break, and it's not like I haven't been thankful to be home in the past, but it just feels like this time is a little different for some reason. Earlier, I said that I've been kind of making excuses. I've been kind of not vlogging and stuff like that. And there's a lot of things that I just haven't been doing because I've been kind of putting them off, or maybe I just thought I wasn't ready to do it at that moment in time. I was just kind of waiting for the right time. And while I was at church, I was reflecting a little bit. And I just had this moment where I kind of called myself out on all of those things, and not really in a negative way, so as to say, like, you need to change your ways, you're so bad at this, blah, 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 but just in a realization that I've kind of let myself slip from the ideals and the standards that I used to hold myself to. I need to do certain things that I've been putting off. I need to vlog more because I find it fun, and it's a passion of mine, and I want to do it because I think some people enjoy it, okay? I need to run more. I need to be more consistent with my diet. I need to, be more consistent with my study habits. I need to do this. I need to do that. Everybody needs to do things, whatever it is in your life. I'm sure you're listing them off in your head right now, or maybe you're lying to yourself like I have been, which is fine. It's you, do you. But the thing is, for me, I'll put it like this. I talked to my dad in the car for about, I don't know, an hour and a half, because that's how long it takes to get home from home to southern New Hampshire from Boston. If you on the drive home, we talked a lot about what I'm up to at school and the projects that I'm working on, and we always came back to this one thing he used to tell me when I was a kid was he always wanted me and my brother to grow up and be better than he was. He always wanted us to learn from him, learn from the great things that he did, and learn from the mistakes he made, and use those pieces of knowledge to get past wherever he was able to get in his life. And aside from being one of the most noble pursuits that a father could venture on, that mindset means that he wanted to have a legacy that was greater than he was. I only just figured that out a little while ago, because that's something that I've tried to live my life by since, I don't know, maybe high school. There's going to be a point in the universe where no one remembers my name. Maybe it's 15 years after I die, maybe it's 45 years, or maybe it's the eventual heat death of the universe where all electronic records are destroyed and this got really morbid. Sorry. There's going to be a time where my namesake legacy doesn't matter, but the actions that I've done and the people that I've affected, those things will ripple out and hopefully will matter. Being home has kind of reminded me of that mission, has reminded me why I do what I do. Yeah, it's to prove people wrong, like I said sitting here once, but I use that as a vehicle to get to the bigger goal, which is leaving behind something that's actually going to make the world a better place. And hopefully I'm able to do that by the way that other people are affected by what I do. Being home is a nice way to remind myself of who I used to be and what used to motivate me. And sometimes that can remind you of what path you're actually on. So there's probably a lot of people home right now for Easter break or spring break or something like that, or maybe you're just home because you're home. Just remember that when you're in a place that you grew up in, or when you're in a place that you spent a lot of your time, it might be worth it to revisit who you used to be. Maybe you didn't like who you used to be and you're glad you are who you are, or maybe you did and you want to remind yourself what mindset you had that made you like yourself so much back then. So don't tell yourself you're happy if you're not. Don't tell yourself you're unhappy if you are. Sometimes that happens. Just take a look at who you are and why you're that way, and maybe you'll find something that you can change. Or maybe you'll find something that you can emphasize. Yeah. That sounds good. Sorry I haven't been vlogging that much. Trying to end this on like a lighter tone. I could just keep rattling off excuses, but that doesn't really change. Anyway, I'll make more of an effort to put effort into this because I know it makes a lot of people happy, or at least a few. An effort to make myself happier and pursue something that I love, and maybe make you happier and give you something that you enjoy. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll let you know when there's more here. Not necessarily here, but in the channel, because I'm so rusty at this. I'm so sorry. It will be better. Goodbye.